This week on the show, we're featuring Kunzite, Emerald under the microscope cam, multivitamins on Why'd I Buy That, 10 new jokes, and a good source of necessary optimism. In Iowa, we know why the chicken crossed the road. It's 'cause you left the coop open. Let's start the show. No sound, wonderful. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Because I was actually talking about it. uh, I like this piece of kunzite. It's it's got good color. And I wanted to do something pink, and I keep doing rose quartz because that's basically the only pink thing I have. I have some pink morganite, but it's more of an orange. We'll show that under the microscope cam, which we should get to shortly. Thought I said tonight, not now. Hi. I thought it said tonight, not now. Now is tonight. Tonight is the night. And I love some kunzite. It's kind of like a bundle of glass needles, though. Spodamine's rough like that. We're going to look at that under the microscope cam. Yeah, it's pretty. It's pink. I wanted to do something pink, and I do a lot of rose quartz. And I have some orange morganite that's kind of pinkish, but the kunzite's more pinkish than the morganite. Every time I say morganite, I think smorgasbord. Smorgasborganite. Crystal Shaman, welcome to the show. How you doing? Notify me at 9 p.m., I thought. Well, I mean, you know what they say, Colette. It's 9 o'clock somewhere. So let's get the microscope going. Hi, Tiffany. How's it going? Let's get to the microscope cab. Then I can show this emerald crystal. I was looking at the emerald that I have, and I was like, oh man, there's not any emerald available. So then I'm all kinds of like, what about the emerald that I have? And I'm looking at this one piece, and I noticed it's really clean towards the end. And here's the thing about crystals is that they grow, you know, upwards or downwards or sideways or whatever they got going on. And the farther up towards the top, the cleaner they are. And I noticed that with this emerald crystal. The closer we get to the top of it, the cleaner it is. So it's really more like a completed emerald crystal. Busted a little off, save that for later. Can have a little bit of fun. Hi. Okay, so this is the kunzite. Kunzite. I guess if you want to say it with an accent. Oop. Gem dropped. Gotta drop at least one per show. So this is a hunk of rose quartz. And this is the Kunzite next to it. Very pinkish, similar in pinkitude. Even maybe more so than the rose. And then got the morganite, which is orangey pink. So then if we look at it under the microscopic cam, that's the rose. That's the cones. See how it cracks like crazy? It's just so fragile. I think it's Italian. Isn't that what he said? Fragile. Must be from France. Or no, I think he said it. Maybe it's from Italy. Or must be Italian. But it was just, it says fragile. Couple of spots, but I like the fact that I can see down into it, you know? It's got like a translucency to it. I thought about shaping it this way, but that would have made it a lot smaller. And there's no guarantee that it would actually stay together. I mean, we might just end up with pieces. So I kind of just did what I could. Yeah, it cracked in the video. They crack out really easily like that. And that's why I'm like, oh, this is a good solid piece. It probably won't crack apart. And you can see over here, it's starting to chip off on this side. It wants to flake out. I was like, no, we're going to keep it that size. It's a pretty good size. And it kind of works, you know, it's a good size for a ring. And it's a different stone, you know. It's not another quartz, it's a spodumene. And those are hard to shape, you know. So I'm learning as I go. It's not going to be perfect every time. That's part of what we do, is we learn and grow. This is the morganite. And it kind of sort of expresses the growth pattern from the dirtier, unorganized crystal. And that's more pink, isn't it? That's more of a pink morganite, and this is more of a peach morganite. And then it goes out to the cleaner zone of the crystal. Actually, if I could show, like, if I've got like a quartz point, that would really show it. So like this one here, it's like, I don't know if I can get it to shine light through. Okay, so that side, it's got like more inclusions and stuff. And then as we get closer to the top, it gets cleaner and the color gets better, because you can see through it a little more. And that's a little bit closer to where it gets irradiated. Let's see if I can show it through the webcam. It's kind of foggy, but this is where it starts and then it grows up that way. And we got one other video. Of this beautiful little gem. Boom. It's not the best example of a point, but it's the best example I have on hand. Except I've got like a bigger one, but it's not as clean. Let's see, like this point, but it doesn't really show the dirt in the bottom, because it's mostly just the clean part on the top. But it's like the closer to the point that you get, the cleaner the crystal is. And I noticed that with this, it's got a cleanerness to the emerald part. Oh, we'll show an amethyst point. One of these striped amethysts. Because it shows a lot of the matrix, the original matrix stone with the rust and the quartz, and then it goes right up to the cleaner material that you can see all the way down through. And so I kind of noticed that going on with this emerald crystal, and I was like, okay, it's dirty down here and opaque and unformed, and as we get closer to the top, it's glassier and harder and more of a formed crystal. It's all rounded over because it's alluvial, like it broke off and got washed down a mountain. And it's kind of soft. It's got a little bit of the shale matrix in it. But if I can shine a light through it, it's like it gets cleaner closer to the top. And so I'm like, I wonder what kind of emerald we could make. Because here's the thing about emeralds is that 90% of all emeralds are included. I mean, I've only ever seen one unincluded emerald. It was ridiculous. It looked so fake, but it was real. And it's got that neon emerald color. But this definitely has a lot of inclusions in it. But it's very crystally towards the end, and I'm like, all right, so we got to figure out what we can do with it. I was like, that's a perfect candidate to show under the microscope cam. Next week, we'll look at some ruby and zoisite. Is that the end of the video already? I didn't even do the appropriate why'd I buy that. I don't have the documents. I do have another piece of a Kunzite video. I thought it was this one, but it's not. It's a different piece I'm working on. But it's got so many more cracks, and you can kind of see that the other one was a little more solid, while I hopefully find the appropriate why'd I buy that for the multivitamins. Copy. Going over to the desktop. Opening why'd I buy that, the slideshow. Alright, so then we got the files all movified, but here's what we got to do. Wait, where am I at? You can even, I should probably turn it up a little. Hear the bits clicking off. Smooth. Click. That's the stuff coming off. It's chipping out. It's wild. Spodamines. Gotta love them. Where are we? I was in the middle of doing what I should have done before the show. Okay, the slideshow. Alright. Get rid of that directory. There we go. Cancel. Good as new. So, I'm looking at getting some multivitamins, right? Because I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to lift some weights. I got to have plenty of iron or whatever. And, you know, big and strong. So I'm like multivitamins, but it's always kind of weird because I'm not real big on like taking lots of medicines and stuff. I know medicines are just concentrated plants, but who knows how they've been concentrated and is it gonna mess with me? I don't know. Can my body process all that, et cetera, et cetera. And it makes me wonder, are multivitamins medicine or are they a snack? I don't know. It's kind of a meal replacement thing. I don't have the time. I just want a 1960s like the Jetsons, doop, and I got my nutrients and I'm ready to go. So here we get to like this aisle of multivitamins and there's so many different ones to choose from. I can't decide. I mean, there's like men's and there's women's, and the women's ones are orange with pink caps, and the men's ones are blue, and they're like cold as ice because men are cold and hard. I guess it's like that's what I tell the ladies. But then it's like, what's the deal with the men's ones? Because I'm manly enough already. I don't want to be even more manlier. I don't want anything messing with how manly my body makes itself to begin with. And then I don't want to, not really looking to go the other direction either. So is there like a central to do this? And there's a one called Centrum, so that's maybe Central, but that's Centrum Silver. And it was all like, I guess if you're over the age of 50. And so then I'm like, well, not yet, I guess. So then there's like other ones that they have like OLY or something on the cap. I don't know. I figure if it's got a logo on the cap, I'm probably not trendy enough to afford it. So, so I'm like, all right, I actually didn't really get the sales pitch there. Basically, there was too much to read from, and it's probably great if I actually start getting into it. There's probably a lot of great vitamins in there. Cheers, Twisted Roots. Kind of like Twisted Roots. There's a lot of great vitamins in his soils. But then I'm like, all right, let's just get the one. I want the meal. I want to eat and then dupe and go. So I start looking at all the other ones, and there's like ones that are called Alive. I guess that's probably for people over 50 because you just want to, as long as I feel alive, I don't even care if I feel healthy, which I'm getting there, but like I just want something simple, and there's some kind of a common theme that gummies are gonna make it better, and so then I'm like, well, I've had some good experiences with gummies, had some bad experiences too. I don't know. I really didn't want to go with the Smarties style Flintstone vitamins because, then it's like getting all stuck in your teeth and I'm like grinding it out and I'm licking at it and I'm like trying to wash it down. So I was like, all right, maybe the gummy is the way to go. I do like gummies. So let's get some Flintstones ones, you know? Of course, Flintstones. Give me some of that caveman nutrition. Yeah, I want that caveman strength. I'm gonna push a car with my calf muscles. And that's kind of why I bought the Flintstone ones is, and actually I was taking the men's multivitamin, the generic one, and it's not that great. But then I started taking these Flintstone ones and they're good. Yeah, they actually give me a little bit more energy and I'm totally down with them. I'm like, all right, give me some of them gummies. I'm kind of excited to maybe try some of the other ones, but at the same time, why mess with what works, right? Boom. So anyway, that's what I bought, and that's why I bought that. It was like, I don't know, like $7. And I don't like spending money, but at the same time, I do like spending money on things that I want. Things that make me happy. So that's what I bought, and that's why I bought that. Have you ever bought multivitamins? Which there's a lot to choose. I mean, there's ones in green bottles. Maybe those are for alcoholics. Um, did you tell us why did you buy what you bought? Do you not like your money? There's other ways you can spend it. Which one? There's a lot. Did you buy them all? Did you just try them all? Going for the buffet? I don't know. Anyways, I don't really have a lot in terms of jokes, but we're gonna try. Apparently my nose likes to reminisce. I guess it's just feeling nostalgic. Nostalgic. Okay. Uh, if you boil your eggs in Viagra, it makes them extra hard boiled. If you boil them for over 4 hours, contact a doctor. Contact a physician. If you boil them for over if your eggs are if your eggs are hard boiled for over 4 hours, contact a chef. Contact a sous chef. I don't know. We're working it out. Fresh jokes, people. Lot fresher than the eggs that we were just hard boiling. People are self-conscious if of their shoes. I'm telling you. I think it's because we don't have as many shoes as we do clothes. It's like if you're not wearing good clothes, you can say, "Oh, it's laundry day." But if you're not wearing good shoes, you can't say, "Oh, it's because it's shoe day." It's shoe shine day. My good pair are at the shiners, at the cleaner. Okay. Um, Thinking back to your teachers, I wonder if they were mean, if the mean ones were mean because they weren't very attractive, and maybe they were just dealing with loneliness. That's a sad joke. Okay. What do you call a group of alpacas? A pack of alpaca? A pickled pack? I mean, how many packs could a pickled pack if a pack of alpacas could pickle a pack of alpacas? Maybe they're hauling the pickled pears that Jack was pickling. How many pints could Jack pickle if he's pickling on alpacas and he's hauling? Okay, moving on. Who's doing the math on these paper towel rolls? I don't get it. It's like 4 times 16 equals 32,000 mega rolls. I don't even know what a mega roll is. Is it like megalodon, because we're soaking up, huge like messes, and it maybe it's because I feel like Fred Flintstone when I put that giant package in the cart and I think it's going to tip over. I feel like Fred Flintstone with a rack of ribs. When I put that thing in the cart, it feels like it's going to tip over. I don't even really care what the size of the roll is. I really just want one giant roll of paper towels. The size of the Price is Right wheel. And I want it to make that sound when it comes off of there too. Beep, 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 beep. We got a 30 beep spill here. Bigger than the Showcase Showdown. It's like one of the Price girls had an implant explode. Um, let's see. I think I got a couple more, but some of them are in the list. Um, let's see. Uh, you can find me on Spotify as Hank Illiams. Let's okay. As a man, I'm man enough to admit that I have no idea if I should apologize for anything. So let me know. I'm more of a super. What kind of a character am I? I'm the main character, right? We all are. But which main character? I'm more of a Superman than a Batman. I'm kind of like the Iowa version of Indiana Jones. I'm sort of like Quigley Down Under, but up above. Um, Dating in your teens is like, do they like me? Dating in your 20s is like, why didn't it work out the first time? Dating in your 30s is like, I don't know that one, but dating in your 40s is like, don't talk to me. I have enough trauma to begin with. I don't know. That joke didn't really go anywhere either. I don't even know. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is a note I'm gonna tag into that last. Dating in your 30s is like, I'm not sexually active, but my credit card is. That's funny stuff. Okay, chauffeur, faux show. Um, oh, I hit a deer and it cracked my bondo. It scared the fuck out of me. I mean, it didn't actually, I'm too horny of a guy for anything to scare the fuck out of me. Really, it scared the fuck into me. I just got so scared, I just started. Okay, I love that joke, but it's so dirty. Speaking of dirty, growing up is hard. I had to, I was doing chores, you know, and I had to, eventually I got old enough I had to start doing laundry, and that's when I found out my dad wears banana hammocks. Of course, you know, out of fear of punishment, I had to finish doing the laundry, which means I had to decide how to fold it. And the worst part of that was having my mom sit me down later and show me how to fold it properly. And then explain to me that it's a G string because it goes between the cheeks. I am so classy, I wear a top hat when I write a capital letter. Um, I don't know. That's probably about 10 of them, right? Uh, um, yeah, we got the paper towel thing. That's enough for a couple weeks. One more. See, I was talking about, you know, like Iowa and being from Iowa and what's the deal with, you know, being from Iowa? Well, the thing about Iowa is that in Iowa, we know why the chicken crossed the road. It's because you left the coop open, Daryl. You had one job, and it was probably because you were busy watching the joke portion of the program. Love you guys. You're all so fantastic. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'm going to try and make it a wonderful week. You deserve it. We deserve it. We're going to try the best that we can. And it is going to be a good week. We're going to be very productive. Get a lot done because it's the beginning of October. It's time to shift. Get as much summer as you can. Yeah. And you can do it. Because you're great like that. And I'll remind you every week I can. At 9 o'clock-ish, somewhere. Love you all. See you next time.